Hi everyone and welcome in this new video. Today we're going to see how to create this cool cryptocurrency homepage. I'm Aryan Shirani and I will show you step by step how to make this cool animation and everything with Elementor. So let's start right away. So first of all, we need to get to our homepage, to our actually dashboard of WordPress, and then let's start with building a menu. So appearance, menus, and then I'm going to call it crypto menu, and of course create a menu. Once you made your menu, just click on Save Menu here. Great, let's go and create our page. So I'm going on Pages, Add New Page, and now Crypto Home. Add it with Elementor here on the top. Perfect. I'm going to use as settings Elementor Canvas. So now I'm going to Settings, Page Layout, and going to click on Elementor Canvas in my case because I don't have any header and footer to use. So let's start right away. By clicking on the plus button, I'm going to create two columns. And clicking on this other plus button here, I'm going to add an image like this. This will be my logo. So I'm going to click here. I have my logo uploaded already, and insert media, and the alignment I can click on left. And of course, if you get on style, you can change the width and the spacing and everything. So let's start by adding also our menu. I'm going to click on this plus button here, and of course going to search for menu here in the widget box, and here is it, nav menu, and of course I'm going to select my menu. In my case is crypto menu. You can style it, so going to check my design right away, and as you can see we have the style here. It's white with Poppins text. Okay, so I'm going back to my Elementor and changing this to Poppins. Of course, just click on this little icon here, style and typography. I'm changing this to Poppins. Great. Let's make the transformation uppercase, and the weight, I guess 700 would be great. And of course the pixel sizing, we can change it like this. Cool. Another cool thing we can do is actually add also mouse hover, but in this case I'm going to remove this mouse hover by clicking on content, the pointer, we click on none, and I'm going to change the mouse hover color. So first of everything, of course, just click on the right alignment so that we have on the right side. I'm going to click also on this first column here, and vertical alignment in the middle so that it's aligned with this, and to be sure I'm going to click on this one too, and vertical line middle, so I'm sure that everything stays in place. After this we're going to change the color of the home page. So I'm going here back on my XD, and I usually select the whole artboard and check here for the colors. So the first color, it's actually this one. So I'm going to copy this, Control C, back here, and if you click on this setting button, okay, you can go on style and change the entire color of the background. So I'm going to click on gradient, and the first color would be this, the second would be this. Let me try and test out. So as you can see, this happens. This is a weird effect because we don't have a full page. So let's try right away to click on this plus button here, click on this section, okay, like that, and then with this section selected, height, fit to screen. So now the background looks better. So going back on this setting button here, going back on style now, and the first color is the top one. So I'm going to change this with my color I pasted, and then the second color, let's get the second color. The second color is this one. So I'm going to click here and take this color. So back on my Elementor, just click on here, and as you can see now everything looks great. The angle, we can change the angle, of course, with like this, you won't see anything. So in this case, you can just make it a little bit blue so you can see the angle turning, right? So I'm going to make something like this. Okay, and then I'm going to make this color back. And of course you can save the colors. Usually you can click on this, just click on the plus button and just call it darker. And this one also, I'm going to create a global color and lighter, so it's easier to me to understand. And of course, when we set this in place, we can keep going with our menu. So I'm going to click again on the menu. I'm going to click on style, make it white like that. Of course, we can get the color of this logo here for the mouse hover. So I'm going to click on mouse hover and I'm going to change this color. Okay, I'm going back to my XD and I usually select this and get the color from here. So I'm going to copy this, Ctrl C, and then I'm going to paste it here. And of course, we are going to create a global color. We will call it highlight, like this. And now we have our menu highlighting. That's pretty cool. So I guess that this is okay. We can keep it like that. Let's go on with the rest. So I usually also add a new section. So I just click it twice here to get to this panel, and inner section, drag and drop it right here. So now we have two columns with our inner section. We are going to add some text here. So I'm going to click this plus button. We are going to add a first heading, and I usually change the style of the first heading and I change it to Poppins and then duplicate this. So now it's Poppins, right? And of course I can duplicate this 2 times. In my design, I guess we have 2 text. For example, I have cryptocurrency. I'm going to copy this, just click on here, content, and paste the first text. And then I have this one. And I just got here, or you can paste it here as you want, and we are going to change the text. So I'm going back and forth on my design, so I can see what I need to do. So in my cryptocurrency here, I'm going to style, I make it white, and then and then click on typography, change the sizing. You can make it smaller, you can even make it lighter like this. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller, and then this one is a lot bigger, so I'm going to click on this, style, again white, and we're going to change the typography. Like that. Let me check. Okay, looks a little bit bigger with a line height like this. So I'm going to change it. The line height is too much. Okay, so of course we don't have much space, as you can see, so we are going to make this bigger, the main section. So if you click on the main section here, I'm going to make it full width, for example. Now it's full width, but once you make it full width, we are going to select the inner section, and here we can make it larger to get the full width, right? Like this. Cool. So the text is still too big because I don't want the market here. So I'm going to click on typography, make it a little bit smaller so that I'm sure this will catch up like that. And the line height, just change it like this. So I can click here and see a preview of how it looks, of course, like that. Let me check my design again. Okay, so I'm going to change also some few things here. Actually, you can change the color and everything, but with the title you can't do that. I mean, you need to use HTML to change some parts of text color, but that's pretty easy. We can also make this like a text box. If I get back here and text editor, I can copy this, paste the style to this, and of course make it white, right? So I'm going to copy this text here. I'm going back here and I will change this content like this, so it looks the same, right? But here, now I remove the first one. Here I can change things, like I can change actually the color. So if I select best coin, right, I can click on this little icon and I can change the color to it. So I can create a custom color here, and I'm going to paste, of course, this color, this one. So I'm going to select, for example, this border. I get the color from here, copy it, and then little icon here, and now it should work. So now you have buy new best coin. This looks great. And then what you can do is actually start adding the images. So I'm going to click on this little plus button here, start to add the first image. So drag and drop it. As you can see, this moves, but we will fix it later. And of course, select the images. I have my folder with all my elements exported. I will leave a link in the description to download all these assets so that you can make your own. I will start with the mobile phone, so you can just drag and drop this to your Elementor media. I'm going to actually add everything at once, so I don't need to get back here every time. So just select the assets you need and drag and drop it here like that. Cool. I'm going to select my mobile phone. Now I have my mobile phone here, but I'm going also to add some other elements with some animations. So great. Let's start to add also other images. You can right click on the first one, duplicate, and select this, and of course take the frame in this case. And with the frame, I'm just going on advanced, and I'm going to margin. I will remove this, and I will start with the percentage to go a little bit on negative, like that, like this. And of course, I'm going also to change the index. So I usually keep the first layer to 0, okay? The second image here sometimes could be really hard to select it, so I usually right click on it and go on navigator. As you can see, we have the two images, and I will call the first one phone case, or just phone. This is the phone frame. So it's very handy to work with the navigator in this case, and the phone need to be on the top of the frame, so I don't want to see the frame through it. And you can do it advanced, and of course to the index you can click on 1, and as you can see now the frame is hidden under the phone. Great. So I'm going to add some more images right now. To add more images, actually you can just click twice here, just add another image here on the bottom, and I'm going to add, let's see, like this one, and just insert media, and as you can see now it's here. But the cool thing about that is that now you can also just click on it, on this icon, advanced, positioning, width, we can make it inline, and position absolute. Now this could be moved as you want, like that, because we want this fixed, but we want these elements that are more free on the home page. You can drag and drop it where you want. And I'm going to do the same thing with all the other elements. To do that, I usually just duplicate this and then change this. And of course, I'm going to add a little box underneath. So insert media like that. And you can drag it and drop it like this. Okay. So I usually give a name to everything so it's easier to understand. Light flare and image bottom box like this. And now I can again duplicate all the content and of course add all the elements. Duplicate again. I just add this box here, like this. You can select the first one again, duplicate, oops, and move it once here. And of course we can duplicate this one, like this. So you can move everything where you want and just play with it. Of course, we need to add also the coins. So I usually duplicate this one, select, let's get one coin here, click on it, and we have a coin. Duplicate this coin, right click on it, and we are going to change this one to this one, like this, and like that. So I can close this right now. And of course, as you can see, we have some varied effect. We want the first image on the top. So I'm going to advance and change the Z index to 1, or let me try 2. Okay, in this case 2. And I'm doing the same thing here, 2, because I want this image on the top. And yeah, looks great. Let me check the preview. And let me check the design. Okay, so I'm going to try to make it more as the design. So I'm going to move my elements again. Cool. That look good. Of course, you can move your elements as you want. So I'm going forward with the tutorial. Otherwise, we will stay here all day. I'm clicking here and adding also the button because we missed out the button. So double click on here, button, just drag and drop it. Of course, we are going to style it to make it look like this. And it would be really easy. So select, then go on style, and the color, we want to make it transparent. So I'm going to make it transparent like this, and then I'm going to add a border to solid like that, and you can change the color with the highlight one. And of course, we are going to style the typography by clicking here, pop pins. I'm going to change the size. Okay, we can actually also add some padding to the right. So I usually keep the pixels here, and of course you can add like 30 or 40. Let me check. 40 on the right, 40 on the left, top 20, 20 like this. Maybe on the top we can make it 15 like that, and we're going to change the text in it. Of course, we can change also the color here. So I'm going to click here and take my saved colors. And content, we're going to change, click here to get your coin. There is some smooth angles. I'm going to style to remove those. So border radius, I'm going to click 0 here. So now it's more squared. And if I check my design now, it looks cool. Let's add also a mouse hover effect to this. So by clicking here, I'm going to hover, and this time I want my coin to get like darker, so with a darker color like this. And then let's see, the background, we can keep it classic. The border we keep like that. Let me try to change the color background to make it highlight, and this happens. As you can see, this looks cool. We can keep it like that. So yeah, so we have this working right now. So once you've done everything, of course, we need also to let's click on this little column here, so we make everything centered, vertical line, middle, and of course we can also add some padding. If I click on here, as you can see, it's too near to this one and I don't want that, so we can actually play with this section and just make it larger. Okay, and we are going to move back the frame. So I'm going to make it like this. As you can see now, the coin takes more space. So in the first column, again, just play with that, like on the right side of the padding, just add 10 and just check. And as you can see now, it stays like this. So we have played a little bit with the column padding, and this is the result. Of course, we saw something moving here. And now that we are set up, we can actually right click, navigator, and we are going to search for these elements. So I called the frame the phone frame. So now I know where's the phone frame, for example. Selecting that, margin top, you can actually change this, as you can see. like that. And then these elements you can just drag and drop it. Oops. Great. Now what I want to do is I want those elements to come in with a cool animation. So let's start to animate this. So to help us select every element, right click and navigator. And now I can select my elements. So I will start with my phone frame, advanced, and then motion effect. I will change this to fading up like that. I won't add any delay. I'm going to select now the phone, and the phone advanced, again motion effect, change the entrance animation, fading up, and I'm going to give a delay of like 500, that is like half a second. 1000 is 1 second, 500 is half. So I'm going now to do the same thing to all the elements. So I want this to come a little bit later. So I'm going to select this one first, advanced, motion effect, change the fading up. So I'm going to make this, for example, 1 second. This will be the second element, and advanced motion effect, and I'm going to change this again, fading up again, and this time I'm going to make it like 1500, like this, or we can even make it 2, like that. Is easier for us to understand when elements will come with entire numbers. So I'm going to select this now, advanced, motion effect, and of course fading up, and I want it 3000, and this will be advanced, motion effect, fading up, 4000. Okay, now this one, other element, same thing, advanced, motion effect, and then animation, fade in up, and the last one was 4000 probably. Now we're making 5000, and then this one is going to be advanced, and motion effect, again fading up, and will be 6000. So now we have all the elements in place, coming up one after the other, and here we can of course make this same thing, clicking on that, advanced and motion effect, fading up, but this time I want to make this coming after this. So I'm going back to select this, the phone, and check what's the time of the phone. So motion effect, this is 500, so I can make it this like 1000, okay, in this case. So I'm going to select the coin, 1000, and I want this one to be 1500. So I'm going to select advanced, motion effect, fading up, and this will be 1500. I'm going to update my page and now check the final result. So I'm going to update the page. As you can see, everything is coming and looks really cool. You can make it faster, of course. You can change also the order. You can do whatever you want. And yeah, so I don't really like the coins, how they coming, because they look a little bit strange here. So I'm going to give some more delay to the coins, or even make them come from the top instead. So I'm going back here, I'm going to select this, for example, and advance, and let's say I want it to come after like 2 seconds, but this time not fade in up, but fade in down. So fading down selected, and I want this one to come right away after like 3 seconds, or maybe 2 and 500, and also this time fade in down, and I can just make update, and of course I can update this, and as you can see now looks a little bit better, and you have all your stuff coming up pretty slowly. So as you can see on the home page, we have some issue on the alignments of the menu. I want this to be there, and this one maybe we can leave it here, but to fix this, just go on Elementor back here, and this we can change it. So if I select this, as you can see, the content width it's boxed. So I'm going to click on this intersection, and I'm going to check the content with boxed, and it's 1600. So I'm going to click here and do the same thing. Great. Now everything is aligned. Of course, if you want to add some more padding on the top of this, just make sure you have selected the section, advanced, and here make sure this is unlocked, and padding on the top you can click on percentage here and just add 2, and that's all. So now we are going to actually make the mobile version of this, okay? And to make the mobile version of this, there is 2 solutions actually. The first solution is to export this picture and make it visible only on mobile version. I mean, we will not use different elements like on the desktop version, but we will use a still image that is like the entire version of this, and I will show you right away how to do it. Or otherwise you can move every piece also for the mobile version, and that's quite hard and time spending, so I'm going with the first version. So I'm going to click on responsive mode here and select the mobile version. As you can see, we have some issue with the menu and with the header, and of course we have a big issue with the images. So as I said, you can select every image, change the width of those for the mobile version, okay, and make the positioning. That's pretty hard, so I'm not going to do that on the mobile version. I will show you a really quick way to fix that. So first of all, let's start with the header. So if I select the header, of course I need to remove the spacing I added on the desktop version. So I click on 0 here, and as you can see now it's taking their space, and on the first column here I click on this column width 50%, and on the second one click on this column and 50%, and you have your menu here on the right. So I'm going also to select this icon, and of course you can remove the spacing of it by just clicking this advanced positioning and then the width in line like that, okay? And of course you need to remove some spacing around that, and you can do it just by going on advanced, click on this, and margin. You can go on right side and go on negative, but first unlock this, go on negative. As you can see, it removed the space like that, and on the left side you can remove the space like this. Go here and select the column here, okay, and then layout, and the horizontal you can click on end, and as you can see it position it here on the right side. So I'm going to also change this text. Click on it, style, typography, and you can make it smaller, of course, like that. You can change the cryptocurrency text, also make it smaller. And I'm going to select this column here. Be careful, there are 2 columns, one near the other. The inner one, click on this, advance, and we can add some percentage to the padding here by clicking on it, unlocking that, and we can add some percentage on the top like this, okay? And here I don't want to use this image this time, so my best solution is actually to click on this column, advance, responsive, and hide it for mobile. So I want to hide this for mobile. I don't want to show all those elements on the mobile version because I don't want to move every piece and everything. If you have time you can do that, but instead I want to add a new image, and I'm going to add a new section. So we can add a new section like this, click on this plus button and drag and drop the image, and now it's visible because we are not hiding a column. So I just click here, and now I need to import the whole element here. So to make this a whole image with Adobe XD or like Photoshop, you can do it how you want. I usually use Adobe XD. I just get this, I make a group with Ctrl G, and now it's a group, Ctrl E, and now I can export it in my assets. So I'm going to export it in my assets, and I'm going back here and as you can see, now I have this element that is an entire image. So I'm going to select this, go back on my Elementor, drag and drop it, and let's wait, insert media, and now we have this. Of course, we can click on this column, advanced, and add some padding to it like this, and you can of course choose the sizing. So what's happened now, if I click here and I check the update, looks really great because we hidden the other column. And if I go on the desktop version of this, check it out. Now we are seeing this on the desktop version, but if you want to remove this for the desktop version, just get back to the mobile version and of course get back here and select this, and advanced and responsive, hide on desktop and hide on tablet. Of course, all this you need to make it for tablet too, but I will leave it to you. And of course, now if I get back here, looks great. Look, the desktop version, we don't have anymore the other image, we have this element working fine, mobile working fine. So now we have to do some fixing. As you can see, we have this little problem, and this is actually showing only on the backend. It's not showing this on the live version. We need to fix actually the menu. So I'm going to select the menu, advanced, and I'm going to remove a little bit of the bottom. I don't like the fact that it's not even on the top. So you just play with this and make it even all the sides. And then on style, we can change some settings. So the toggle button, if you click on this toggle button, I'm going to change the color to white, okay? And you can also add a mouse hover, but as is for mobile, you don't need that. Content, and now I'm going to change the side alignment to center, and the toggle button, you can make it full width by enabling this. So when I enable this, sometimes it gives some weird effect like this. So I'm going to click on advanced and try to make 0 here and 0 there. And you make everything 0, and this now works fine. That's a weird effect that sometimes can happen. And if I click, as you can see, your menu is visible and working. Okay, you can then set the colors and everything by style, and the drop down you can change the color or text color. Of course, you can even do it like that. Let's change the background to the highlight and make the text color white, or let's make it maybe darker like this. And then of course you can change the mouse hover background color. You can make it like this, background color, you can change this a little bit darker. So if I select this, you just get this. You can change whatever you want in a really simple way. So we will leave it like this, and you can update this. And here I was testing, of course, the mobile version already. So if I update, everything works well. And as you can see, this works well, and you can actually check the desktop version, update the page, everything's working fine. And you will have your home page with all this cool animation, and you can sell your coin or whatever. And that's all. I hope this video was useful to you. Like button if you enjoyed the video, and of course subscribe to the channel and notification bell to be notified and updated whenever I add a new video. Thanks, and see you in the next video. Bye!